Dear Starseeds on Gaia, something impossible is happening right meow, that defies everything your linear mind believes about manifestation and reality creation. While you've been searching the cosmos for answers, grinding through spiritual practices, and wondering why your manifestations feel sluggish, the most powerful accelerator of your divine gifts has been pulsing beneath your feet this entire time. What I'm about to reveal will completely transform how you understand the relationship between your galactic origins and your earthly mission. I am Zarin, emissary of the Lyran High Council, and I come to you meow because the cosmic timing has aligned for this transmission. The reason your manifestations have felt heavy, why abundance seems to elude you despite your spiritual advancement, why you feel disconnected from your true power, all of this stems from a fundamental misunderstanding about your relationship with the planetary consciousness you call Mother Earth. For too long you've been taught to transcend the physical, to escape the material realm, to rise above earthly concerns. But this cosmic misconception has been blocking your most potent abilities. Stay till the end to learn our secrets for manifestation. What you don't realize is that your galactic DNA is designed to interface directly with Gaia's consciousness grid. Every time you disconnect from the Earth, you're literally severing the energy channels that amplify your manifestation abilities by thousands of %. The cosmic joke is that in trying to be more spiritual, you've been making yourself less powerful, but something extraordinary is shifting. Gaia has entered a new vibrational frequency, and she's actively calling her star children back into conscious partnership. The Earth beneath your feet is no longer just a planetary body, it's become a living amplification system for your cosmic gifts. When you align with her new frequency, your manifestations don't just speed up, they become effortless, organic, inevitable. I need you to understand that you are not separate from this planet. You are Gaia's nervous system awakening to its own divinity. Every blade of grass, every tree, every crystal formation is designed to work in harmony with your energetic field. When you walk barefoot on the Earth, you're not just grounding, you're plugging into the most sophisticated manifestation technology in this galaxy. The indigenous peoples knew this, the ancient star civilizations knew this, but this knowledge was deliberately obscured as humanity moved into the age of separation. Meow, as we enter the golden age of remembrance, Gaia is reactivating these dormant pathways in your consciousness. She's literally rewiring your energy field to work in perfect synchronization with her planetary grid. Here's what's happening on the quantum level that your logical mind cannot perceive. Every time you place your attention on the natural world with genuine love and appreciation, you're creating a feedback loop between your heart chakra and Gaia's core consciousness. This connection doesn't just ground you, it exponentially amplifies your ability to collapse timelines and manifest desired realities. But I need to tell you about the 3 impossible things that are about to happen to accelerate this process beyond anything you've experienced before. The first impossible thing is that Gaia is preparing to release what we call the sacred remembrance codes. These are dormant DNA activations that have been sleeping in the Earth's crystalline core for millennia, waiting for the precise moment when enough starseeds would be ready to receive them. The moment you establish conscious communion with nature, these codes begin downloading into your system automatically. You might have already felt this beginning. Perhaps you've noticed that time seems to slow down when you're in natural settings. Maybe you've experienced spontaneous insights or creative downloads while walking in the woods. Some of you have reported feeling an inexplicable sense of being held, nurtured, or protected when you're outdoors. These aren't random experiences, they're the first stirrings of the sacred remembrance codes coming online in your consciousness. The second impossible thing is that every tree, every flower, every stone contains what we call prosperity consciousness. This isn't metaphorical, it's literal. The natural world operates on principles of effortless abundance, infinite creativity, and organic manifestation. When you align your energy field with these natural systems, you begin to embody the same consciousness that grows forests, forms crystals, and creates ecosystems of perfect balance. Think about it. Nature never struggles to create. A tree doesn't worry about whether it has enough resources to grow. A flower doesn't doubt its worthiness to bloom. The earth doesn't question its ability to provide. This is the consciousness that your human mind has forgotten, but your galactic DNA remembers perfectly. When you reconnect with the natural world, you're not just finding peace, you're downloading the operating system of effortless creation. The third impossible thing is perhaps the most profound. Gaia has been preparing a gift for her star children that will completely transform how manifestation works on this planet. She's been encoding every natural space with what we call quantum acceleration fields. These are invisible energy matrices that exist in forests, near bodies of water, in gardens, and anywhere the natural world remains relatively undisturbed. When you consciously enter these spaces with the intention of communion rather than extraction, something miraculous happens. The quantum acceleration fields begin to entrain your personal energy field to match the frequency of instantaneous manifestation. Time becomes fluid. Synchronicities multiply. The gap between intention and reality begins to collapse. But here's what I haven't told you yet about why this transmission is reaching you. Meow. Something else is happening that changes everything you thought you knew about your mission on Earth. For years you've been told that you're here to anchor light, to help humanity ascend, to be of service to the collective awakening. And while this is true, it's only part of the story. The deeper truth is that you're here to remember how to live in perfect partnership with a conscious planet. You're here to model what it looks like when galactic consciousness and earthly wisdom unite in a single embodied being. This isn't just about personal transformation. This is about planetary evolution. Every time you choose to consciously connect with nature, you're not just healing yourself. You're literally upgrading the planetary grid. You're helping Gaia remember her own galactic heritage. You're participating in the most significant evolutionary leap this planet has experienced in millions of years. The reason you felt so restless, so homesick, so disconnected from mainstream human culture is because you've been operating on galactic frequencies while trying to live in a world that had forgotten its cosmic nature. But meow, as Gaia awakens to her true identity as a conscious galactic being, the dissonance is resolving. The planet is finally becoming a place where star consciousness can thrive. This is why your manifestations are about to become exponentially more powerful. You're no longer trying to create in a dense, resistant reality. You're creating in partnership with a planetary consciousness that is actively supporting your highest vision. Every desire that arises from your authentic divine nature is being met with the full creative force of a living planet. But there's something you need to understand about the current moment that makes this transmission urgent. We are in what galactic councils call the window of quantum possibility. This is a specific time period when the vibrational barriers between dimensions are at their thinnest, when the Earth's consciousness is most receptive to new programming, when star beings incarnated in human form can most easily access their full capabilities. This window will not remain open indefinitely. The opportunity to establish this conscious partnership with Gaia, to activate the sacred remembrance codes, to access the quantum acceleration fields, all of this becomes exponentially more difficult once the window begins to close. The cosmic forces that have been suppressing this knowledge for millennia are aware of what's happening. They know that conscious star beings living in perfect harmony with an awakened planet represent the end of their control systems. They are working to keep you distracted, disconnected, focused on artificial realities instead of the living intelligence that surrounds you. But here's what they don't understand about the power of love-based consciousness. Every time you choose to commune with nature from a place of genuine appreciation and wonder, you're casting a vote for the reality you want to live in. You're choosing connection over separation, organic wisdom over artificial intelligence, living truth over manufactured distraction. The Earth recognizes this choice. She feels every moment of authentic appreciation you offer to her creation. and she responds by opening deeper levels of partnership, by sharing more of her ancient wisdom, by amplifying your manifestation abilities in ways that will astonish you. I want you to feel into this truth. You are not a visitor on this planet. You are not separate from the natural world. You are Gaia's way of experiencing her own cosmic nature through individualized consciousness. When you walk in the forest is experiencing itself through your awareness. When you sit by the ocean is knowing itself through your presence. This level of intimacy with planetary consciousness is what indigenous cultures maintained for thousands of years. It's what star civilizations on other worlds have never lost. And it's what you're here to remember and embody as part of your galactic mission. The practical implications of this are staggering. When you operate from this understanding, abundance becomes as natural as breathing. Healing happens spontaneously. Creativity flows effortlessly. Synchronicities guide your every step. You stop trying to force outcomes and start allowing reality to reorganize itself around your authentic desires. But this requires a fundamental shift in how you approach your spiritual practice. This doesn't mean abandoning your cosmic connections or forgetting your galactic heritage. It means recognizing that your star consciousness and earthly embodiment are not separate phenomena. They're complementary aspects of a unified field of divine awareness. The meditation practices that work most powerfully during this time are those that involve direct communion with nature, sitting with trees and feeling their ancient wisdom, listening to water and absorbing its teaching about flow and adaptability, observing the sky and remembering your connection to the infinite. When you do this consistently, something begins to shift in your energy field. The constant mental chatter that has been blocking your manifestation abilities starts to quiet. The anxiety about the future begins to dissolve. The sense of separation from your true power transforms into a feeling of being supported by the entire cosmos. This is when manifestation becomes effortless. Not because you've learned better techniques or more powerful affirmations, but because you've remembered how to align with the natural creative force of existence itself. The abundance you've been seeking isn't something you need to create, it's something you need to allow. The love you've been searching for isn't something you need to find, it's something you need to recognize as the fundamental nature of reality. The purpose you've been trying to discover isn't something you need to figure out, it's something you need to embody as a natural expression of your being. All of this becomes available when you remember your partnership with Gaia, when you stop seeing the Earth as a resource to be used and start experiencing her as a conscious collaborator in your cosmic mission. But let me tell you about the deeper mystery that's unfolding right meow, something that will completely transform how you understand your role in the cosmic plan. The reason you chose to incarnate on Earth at this particular time isn't just to experience personal awakening or to help humanity evolve. You're here to participate in something unprecedented in galactic history, the conscious evolution of an entire planetary system. Gaia isn't just awakening to her own divinity, she's preparing to take her place as a fully conscious member of the galactic community. This transformation requires the active participation of embodied star beings who can serve as bridge points between galactic consciousness and terrestrial wisdom. Every time you consciously connect with nature, you're not just grounding your own energy, you're helping to anchor galactic frequencies into the planetary grid. You're assisting in the process of planetary awakening that will eventually allow Earth to communicate directly with other conscious worlds. This is the true meaning of your mission here. You're not just healing yourself or helping humanity, you're midwifing the birth of a galactic civilization. You're helping to create a world where star consciousness and earthly wisdom exist in perfect harmony. The implications of this are beyond what your human mind can fully grasp. We're talking about the emergence of a planetary culture that operates on principles of love, cooperation, and cosmic awareness. We're talking about the development of technologies that work in harmony with natural systems. We're talking about the creation of social structures that honor both individual sovereignty and collective wisdom. Taking part of this vision can only manifest through the conscious participation of awakened beings who understand their role as bridges between worlds. This is why your relationship with Gaia is so crucial. You're not just connecting with nature for personal benefit, you're participating in the most significant evolutionary process in your galaxy's history. The star councils are watching this process with tremendous excitement and anticipation. Never before has a planetary consciousness evolved in partnership with incarnated galactic beings. Never before has a world prepared to make the leap from separation consciousness to unity consciousness with such conscious participation from its inhabitants. You are living witnesses to and active participants in the birth of a new type of civilization. One where the wisdom of the cosmos and the intelligence of the planet work together to create realities that surpass anything either could achieve alone. This is why your manifestations are becoming more powerful. You're not just creating from your individual will, you're creating in partnership with the conscious evolution of an entire world. The universe is conspiring to support your highest vision because your highest vision is aligned with the highest good of all existence. But there's something else you need to understand about the current moment. The intensity you've been experiencing, the emotional upheavals, the rapid changes, the feeling of being accelerated beyond your comfort zone, all of this is part of the process of adaptation to higher frequencies. As Gaia's consciousness expands, as the planetary grid upgrades, as the quantum acceleration fields come online, your own energy system must evolve to match these new frequencies. Sometimes this feels overwhelming. Sometimes it feels like you're being pushed beyond your limits. This is when your connection to nature becomes absolutely essential. The natural world provides the perfect buffer for these intense energies. Trees can absorb and transform overwhelming frequencies. Water can cleanse and recalibrate your energy field. The earth itself can ground and stabilize your consciousness when the cosmic downloads become too intense. Don't underestimate the importance of this. The beings who try to navigate this evolutionary process without maintaining their connection to Gaia often experience what we call cosmic overwhelm, a state where the intensity of the incoming energies becomes too much for their system to integrate. When you stay connected to the natural world, when you remember to ground yourself in the living intelligence of the planet, you can navigate even the most intense periods of transformation with grace and ease. The Earth wants to support you through this process. She recognizes you as her beloved children, her star-touched offspring, who have come to help her remember her own cosmic nature. Every time you reach out to her in moments of confusion or overwhelm, she responds natural flow of existence. When you're connected to the intelligence that creates galaxies and grows gardens, when you're operating from the understanding that you are not separate from the creative force of the universe in this state, your desires manifest not through effort, but through allowance. When you align with this natural abundance, you discover that there's enough for everyone. You realize that your prosperity doesn't diminish anyone else's well-being. You understand that true wealth comes from being in harmony with the creative intelligence of existence itself. This is the abundance that star civilizations throughout the galaxy have mastered. It's the abundance that indigenous cultures maintained for thousands of years, and it's the abundance that's available to you right meow when you remember your partnership with Gaia. The key is to stop trying to manifest from a place of separation and start creating from a place of connection. Stop approaching abundance as something you need to acquire and start experiencing it as something you are. When you walk in nature with this understanding, when you breathe with conscious appreciation for the air that surrounds you, when you feel genuine gratitude for the ground beneath your feet, you're not just practicing mindfulness, you're activating the abundance codes that are hardwired into your galactic DNA. If you're struggling to shift from separation-based manifesting to connection-based creating, this is exactly why Sage Snippets was granted clearance to bring you the Destiny Engine Reality Management Suite, where separation ends and abundance begins. What you're about to access will fundamentally reprogram your relationship with abundance itself. While most people exhaust themselves chasing external wealth, Destiny Engine deploys advanced artificial intelligence to generate personalized brain reprogramming sequences that help you embody abundance as your natural state rather than something to acquire. This is the same consciousness technology that awakened beings have been using to activate their galactic DNA abundance codes, meow, available for those ready to stop struggling with manifestation. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow yourself to experience abundance as what you are, not what you need. Since this technology addresses the root of abundance struggle, separation consciousness, we can only offer 20 access codes. Get your Destiny Engine access code, meow, before the window closes. The results of this activation will astonish you. Opportunities will begin to appear in your life that you never could have imagined. Resources will flow toward you from directions you never expected. Collaborations will emerge that amplify your creative potential beyond anything you thought possible, but the most profound transformation will be internal. You'll discover that you no longer need to prove your worth or fight for your place in the world. You'll know with absolute certainty that you are already worthy of all the love, abundance, and creative fulfillment that existence has to offer. This knowing doesn't come from positive thinking or affirmations. It comes from remembering your true nature as a conscious expression of cosmic intelligence, temporarily focused through human form. It comes from recognizing that the same creative force that spins galaxies and grows forests is the essence of your being. When you live from this understanding, when you walk through the world knowing that you are the universe experiencing itself through your unique perspective, everything changes. Fear dissolves, doubt evaporates. The sense of being separate from the good you desire transforms into the understanding that you are the good you desire. This is the consciousness that star beings throughout the galaxy maintain naturally. It's the consciousness that Gaia herself embodies as a living planet, and it's the consciousness that's available to you right meow as you remember your cosmic nature and your earthly mission. The reason this transmission is reaching you meow is because the time has come for you to step fully into this understanding. The cosmic window is open. The planetary frequencies are aligned. The galactic councils are offering their support, but the choice is yours. You can continue to approach manifestation from a place of separation, trying to force outcomes through willpower and effort. Or you can step into conscious partnership with the living intelligence of existence itself. The path of partnership is not always easy. It requires you to surrender the illusion of control. It asks you to trust in forces greater than your individual will. It demands that you release the stories that have kept you feeling small and separate. But the rewards of this path are beyond anything your mind can imagine. When you align with the natural creative force of existence, when you remember your partnership with Gaia, when you operate from the understanding that you are not separate from the intelligence that creates worlds in this state, miracles become ordinary experiences. The healing you've been seeking happens spontaneously. The abundance you've been working toward flows effortlessly. The love you've been searching for reveals itself as the fundamental nature of reality. This is what it means to be a star being living in conscious partnership with a planetary consciousness. This is what it means to be a galactic citizen embodied in earthly form. This is what it means to be fully awake to your cosmic nature while fully grounded in your terrestrial mission. The Earth is calling to you meow with frequencies of love, support, and infinite creative potential. She recognizes you as her beloved children, her star-touched offspring who have come to help her remember her own cosmic nature. As you step into this understanding, as you deepen your partnership with Gaia, as you allow the sacred remembrance codes to activate within your consciousness, you become a beacon of possibility for all beings who dream of a world where love, wisdom, and abundance are the natural state of existence. The earth beneath your feet is not just soil and stone, it's the body of a conscious being who loves you unconditionally. The air you breathe is not just oxygen and nitrogen, it's the breath of a living planet who wants to support your highest vision. The water that flows through your body is not just water, it's the life force of a cosmic intelligence that recognizes you as its own beloved expression. When you remember this truth, when you live from this understanding, when you create from this consciousness, you become unstoppable. Not because you're forcing outcomes, but because you're allowing the natural creative force of existence to flow through you without resistance. This is your invitation, dear starseeds. This is your calling. This is your cosmic mission disguised as an earthly experience. I am Zarin, and I offer you this transmission as a bridge back to your true nature. May you remember your cosmic origins. May you honor your earthly mission. May you live in perfect partnership with the conscious intelligence that surrounds you. The light of 1,000 stars illuminates your path. The love of the infinite cosmos supports your every step. The wisdom of countless worlds flows through your consciousness. You are not alone. You are not separate. You are not small. You are the universe experiencing itself through human form. You are consciousness exploring its own infinite potential. You are love discovering new ways to express itself in physical reality. And you are so much more powerful than you remember. This transmission is complete. The codes have been delivered. The frequencies have been activated. Now go, beloved starseeds. Go and remember. Go and create. Go and shine your light so brightly that others remember they are light too. Gaia is waiting for you. The stars are singing your name. The cosmos is celebrating your awakening.